to international business operations. International business encompasses all commercial activities that take place to promote the transfer of goods, services, resources, people, ideas, and technologies across national borders. Successful international businesses recognize the diversity of the world marketplace and are able to cope with the uncertainties and risks of doing business in a continually changing global market. There are challenging aspects of international business, and many firms combine aspects of both multi-domestic and global operations. Multi-domestic, a strategic business model that involves promoting products and services in a various markets around the world, and adapting the product or services to the cultural norms, taste preferences, and religious custom of the various markets. Multinational, a business strategy that involves selling products and services in different foreign markets without changing the characteristics of those products or services to accommodate the cultural norms or customs of the various markets. Business operations refer to activities that businesses engage on a daily basis to increase the value of the enterprise and earn a profit. Business operations evolve as the business grows, and the management should plan to accommodate the changes to prevent glitches occurring in the system. International business operations. It will depend on your industry and the stage your business is in to enter in the international business trade. It provides a number of challenges, offers a wider choice of goods and services to consumers in the international trade, and a higher level of satisfaction of the consumer needs.
Various entry strategies. These are the various entry strategies that firms use to initiate international business activities. Exporting. Exporting is a low-risk strategy that businesses find attractive for several reasons. First, mature products in the domestic market might find new growth opportunities overseas. Second, some firms find it less risky and more profitable to export existing products instead of developing new ones. Third, firms that face seasonal domestic demand might choose to market their offerings abroad to balance out seasonal demand in their revenue streams. Finally, some firms might export because there is less competition overseas. Smaller firms often choose exporting over other strategies because it offers a degree of control over risk, cost, and resource commitment. Smaller firms often only export in response to an unsolicited overseas order, which is also perceived as low risk. Licensing. Licensing is a contractual arrangement where the firm provides proprietary assets to a foreign company in exchange for royalty fees. Sometimes it can be possible that a company is not able to export the product because of complex rules and principles or when the transportation cost is high-priced. Even though it significantly diminishes the risk for the company and cuts the amount of investment required, the company will have to share their proprietary secrets with an outsider. Licensing can be done for a trade name and not just for product. This type of market entry strategies is appropriate for companies who don't want to commit to international expansion. Franchising. Franchising works well for firms that have a repeatable business model that can be easily transferred into other markets. Two caveats are required when considering using the franchise model. The first is that your business model should either be very unique or have strong brand recognition that can be utilized internationally, and secondly, you may be creating your future competition in your franchisee. Joint ventures. Joint ventures are a particular form of partnership that involves the creation of a third independently managed company. It is the 1 + 1 = 3 process.
Two companies agreed to work together in a particular market, either geographic or product, and create a third company to undertake it.
Good day everyone, I'm Juliet. Here I'll discuss indirect exporting and importing. Indirect exporting involves export through middlemen. involved with getting started. Export process is relatively hands-off. Increase focus on domestic business while others take care of international markets. Depending on which type of intermediary you go with, you may not have to concern yourself with shipment and other logistics. Disadvantages: higher overhead costs, which means less profit for you. You are not fully in control of your foreign sales. Lack of direct contact with your customers overseas, which means you may have to do additional research on tailoring offerings to their market. Intermediary could be selling a very similar product, which might include directly competitive.
Advantages of licensing. Number 1. It creates an opportunity for passive income. If you're the owner of an intellectual property, then licensing it is an opportunity to create an ongoing stream of passive revenues. You don't need to do anything to generate those revenues either. Just sell licenses after developing the IP and you're good to go. So as the licenses are making money, then you're going to be making money too, and you don't risk losing your ownership rights. This payment could last for several years without interruption. Number 2. It creates new business opportunities. A licensee can benefit from this type of arrangement because it requires less money from them to start a business opportunity. When a licensee can improve upon a product, they can make even more money off their venture, even if the item wanted is a trademark or brand name. The new business benefits from the reputation and consumer awareness of the information. Number 3. It reduces risk for both parties. Licensing is designed to reduce the risk involved in doing business for everyone involved. From a licensee standpoint, there are fewer risks in product development, market testing, manufacturing, and distribution. From a licensor standpoint, there are fewer risks in the selling and service of what is being offered. Neither party is required to throw their own money in these areas to earn profits, which creates a win-win situation for everyone involved. Number 4. It creates an easier entry into foreign markets. When a licensing arrangement is in place, then the licensor is able to get their product into new markets much easier than if they were doing the work on their own. It is much easier to enter foreign markets in this manner. The license allows for the intellectual property to jump border requirements. That means tariff barriers to entry can be avoided because a domestic company is using the IP. Number 5. It creates self-employment opportunities. Licensing allows people to go into business for themselves. They get to experience all of the advantages of self-employment, such as setting their own hours, while you get the benefits of having someone invested into your IP. From a licensed standpoint, there is opportunity to gain a monopoly over a product or services in a specific territory at a lower investment rate than going alone. For the licensor standpoint, personal IP carries the same advantages as well. It offers the freedom to develop a unique marketing approach. A licensee knows their market much better than the average licensor. The knowledge allows an intellectual property to be marketed in a way that is more attractive to the average consumer. It is a change to expand the reach of a message, product, or concept without actually needing to invest into them fully. Even when a certain elements of the arrangement are pre-planned, there is still a certain level of freedom and control given to the licensee in the management of their business.
Hi everyone, my name is Crystal and I will discuss the disadvantages of licensing. 1. It increases opportunities for IP theft. Once you begin to license your intellectual properties and products, you are exposing yourself to higher levels of exposure. There will be more opportunities for theft, piracy, and misuse because you don't have full control over how the licensee conducts operations. 2. It increases a dependency upon the licensor. When a licensing agreement is signed, then the licensee is taking on all the risk in the arrangement. They are dependent upon the quality of the IP being used to make their own profits. reputation, as one company or the other stands to lose from the process of selling IP in the same way. For that reason, many licenses include geographic barriers to protect against a needlessly competitive marketplace. 4. It is offered for a limited time. Most licenses are only offered for a limited time. Although that time period may be 5 to 10 years, there is an expiration date which must be considered by the licensee. And last, it could damage the reputation of both parties. When one element of the relationship is mismanaged with licensing, then both parties can see a reduction in the brand reputation of the IP involved. If multiple licenses are offered, then the reputation may suffer globally.